General Secretary of Jarakilo Parties, Prakash Shrestha sir. Welcome to the Gorkha Spirit.
Thank you very much.
So, what does the arrest of Dil Bhusan Pathak indicate about the current state of press freedom and democratic space in Nepal?
See, journalism itself is the fourth sectors of the nations. It's a very important. Without it, without journalism or the press, right? So it is the very important tools to spread the message of the governments, and the message of the peoples for the governments is an important thing. So they carry it out, they spread the message, right? Informations. So today is the condition is different because the government is against the journalism or the press. So it's a very sorrowful situation, so pity, and also the very dangerous situations, because if the press hide himself because of fear of arresting, right, like Dil Bhusan Pathak is now run away from the ground, right? It's a so sorrowful situations. So at that time, at these times, maybe all of the press is gonna hide himself. So it's a different, but that is one thing, one aspect. But if you see the another aspects, there I used to say that the Ranas, today's Ranas are right at their place. The yesterday's Ranas who arrest the peoples and sent into the jail. Just only people wrote the Makai ko kheti. They were also the road at that time. They were also the right at that time. Because this Congress was against to the Rana at that time. Now the same Congress, the same legacy Congress is now support with the Rana's activities today. Yesterday's Ranas and today's Ranas, the activities were the same.
So,
It's a sorrowful situation. Press is such a the place or the activities, right? They evoke some informations about the peoples, about the governments, what is doing there, what is happening there, right? The Sherbahadur Deuba's son, what is his name? What is his name? I forgot the name.
Jaibir.
Jaibir Deuba, right? Jaibir Deuba's investment was in a Hilton. The information leaked. So what is wrong there? He had to just prove, right? There is such a places like press council is there. Why Jaibir sent to just complain about that the police? But actually the process was in the press council was there to address the situation, right? Now police is just hunting journalists, right? It's a sorrowful situation.
So the press is in danger in the democracy, Republican system as well.
No, press, even in the communist system, press is handled by the government. But this is the democratic system, right? At that time, press can decide him by himself. But it's not happening. One important thing is the police from the beginning, even in a panchayat, he he was the insect of that system that we call the dalal, right? He was always the dalal. Police system was. I'm not just raising a finger with a particular policeman, but the system. Today, or the yesterday, right? Yesterday, there was also police was a dalal of system, even in Bahudaliya Vyavastha, multi-party democracy. Now we are in Ganatantra, right? Still the police, the system was the dalal. Now the police is going one step ahead. He is becoming dalal of particular leader, what we call neta. This is amazing. This kind of things never happen around the globe. Never happened such a thing. The police is doing that we call, kind of servant of kind of dalali, right? What do we call it in English? I don't know. The agent is something different, right? Dalali is very sinful situation. That is police doing, and it is designedly happened. Now it's a very sorrowful situation in a democratic system. The press, the government is shutting the press mouth. It is very sorrowful situations.
To talk about the relationship between media, the judiciary, and the political power in Nepal. So how do you see these three?
See, at the beginning, the press was a one system that spread the political parties' ideas about their dreams, right? About their ideologies. They spread at the beginning. When they govern, when they into the existence of governments, right? So they raise the finger. About what they have promised and what are they're doing, the political parties, when they come into the existence of governments, right? They raise a finger because previously they have promised one thing, and when they come into the existence of government, what they are doing, that is comparable things. The comparisons, the press is doing from the beginning, right? Press is doing and giving the informations about the people. They are also the part of one system, the government's one system. Even in a parliamentary system is much more important. Even in a communism or the socialism, the press is a bit lesser role, smaller role, right? But in the parliamentary system, there is a very important role. But even in here, in our country, the government is shutting the mouths of the press. It's one. And the judiciary systems was that. It is the written document is there, right? So there is the written procedure. If someone does the things, what is their duties, what is their responsibilities, who is the deciding factors, who are the decision makers, right? There is the judiciary, they explain about it, right? So here in Nepal, now the incident, particular political incident is here, we are talking about that, right? So it's not playing the important role. Why? Why not playing? Press is doing their duties. Of course, there is such a press like that. There's a paid media, right? They are this is the different part, right? It's a different case. But in this system, the important role, the government, judiciary, and what is that? Press, right? So it's not playing the important role. Why? Why? Because the government is, today is the government, it is not a government actually. It shows the, what to say, the despotic manners peoples are here. Either if you talk to the Oli or if you talk to the Sher Bahadur Deuba, right? Even the opposition parties, they were also same kind. If they have something to eat, they come together. If someone in oppositions, they cry outside and eat. When he come into the governments, they smile and eat. Everything is done.
So the government make every sector as their friends, except the media. So why the media and government always fight with each other? So it is good for the democracy, for
No.
the country?
Parliamentary in parliamentary system, there is a one system. It's called, right. There is one system, because what the promise the political parties in multi-party democracy, what they have promised, right? When they come into the governments, it is the evaluation tools. Press is a kind of evaluation tools, right? The authorized, because that's why they call it the fourth part of the governments, right? So it is the evaluation tools. So what the governments have promised, either they have done or not. They raise the finger and shows to the peoples, right? The publicly they shows. That's why it is very important when they come into the proper place, when they come to properly and does their work, duties and responsibilities properly, the government is good. Because what the governments promised, the press always raise their finger. So that in their balancing way, the governments can just run in a good way, right? That is the policy. That's why that the system was taken or brought, right? But in Nepal, government always does bad things. What they have promised, they never did. Never does. Will never do, right? Will never do. And the press always raise finger. Even in a press, there is a political party interventions, right? Some press is related with the Maowadi, press is related with the MLA, Congress, right? So the press is also not independent. If they were independent, as a political party, they can raise the finger, right? It can be good. But today's in Nepal, it's not happening. But actually, press and the governments go together so that their discussions, their questioning, raising the questions, raising the fingers, right? They can benefit the public, people, right? But governments is so idiots, he shut the mouth of press and does always the bad things, rubbish now we are having, right?
To talk about the Dil Bhusan Pathak, a senior journalist, the government is against the press, or the just a powerful family is against the press in this situation now?
Of course, powerful family. Of course, family. That's why I already told you, Rana. If the Rana today, they are right, the Ranas were yesterday, the Rana who brought the people, who sent the peoples, who wrote the Makai ko kheti into the jail, they were also the right. And what Congress is doing, this Congress is doing, right? I heard some informations directly. What was his name? I already forgot his name. Jaivir Deuba. Even he is not known for the political scenario, right? It's just nothing. His identity is just Sher Bahadur Deuba and Arju Deuba's son, right? Only. And so much power. Right? It's amazing. Yes.
Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you.